everyone, Tiara here with Gypsyfae Creations. Thanks so much for tuning in and welcome to another adventure in soap making. I'm going to start off by saying that I cannot believe it's August already. Like, the year is just flying by, which means I need to get all of my summer soaps out. On August 23rd is the next soap release, and it's all going to be summer themed soaps. I need to get started on all the fall soaps so that we can release them in time for fall after August 23rd, because I'm not rushing summer by any means. I am going to be doing a series of soaps based on watermelon in a fragrance I bought called Watermelon Mania. I heard a lot of bad reviews about this, and it was like, oh well, I already bought it and I have all these designs and maybe I'm a little too ambitious, but I'm going to go through with it anyway. Starting with today's soap making video, I'm going to be making some Loofah soaps and some Popsicle soaps. That's two different designs in this video, just so that I can not bore you guys with all the watermelon. But let's get started. Let's make some Watermelon Mania soaps. So I've got everything I need here. I have my popsicle mold and sticks ready to go for the popsicle designs. For the loofahs, I have them in the whole forms here that need to be cut, and I'm just using a silicone cupcake liner as the mold. So what I want to start doing first is cutting them to fit, and I'm just going to do that with a knife. See how that goes? This is really weird. So for those of you who aren't familiar with what this is, a loofah is a gourd or like a squash that grows on a vine, and you can grow them in your own backyard. I don't know what else to do with them besides making soap with them. I don't know if they taste good, but they dry them out and they peel them. And this is what you get. You can even see some of the seeds are coming out in here. So there are some seeds in there. I'll have to poke them out because we don't want those in there. And it feels very much like a frosted wheat. What is it? Frosted mini wheat type of cereal. And once you get it wet, it softens up. So I am just going to go ahead and keep cutting all of these. So I have as many as I think I'll need. And we'll start soaping. So not only am I being ambitious with doing two different designs, I am using a fragrance that is called Watermelon Mania, hence the name for this entire soap series. And I bought it, and after I bought it, I am part of a soap making group on Facebook. And someone said that it was like soap on the stick for them and that it did not behave very well, even though the website says it does not accelerate or speed up trace or rice or anything like that. Yet it has been. So I am curious to know how this is going to behave for me. Hopefully it goes well. Everyone soaps differently, so that could also be a factor. So in case this fragrance does cause problems, I have mixed up some enchantment green mica into some of the oil and set that to the side to be the rind of the watermelon. And then into here I have some vermilion pink from Soapbox Micas and a little bit of titanium dioxide in there to lighten things up a bit. So I'm going to mix them in to my batter and try and keep this very fluid. So we'll start off by mixing in the lye solution into the oils. There's also kaolin clay and some coconut milk powder in there. I'm soaping at room temperatures, and about 15% of my recipe is a hard butter, so like shea butter and cocoa butter. The rest are all soft oils. So let's give that a whirl. So we'll split some of this up into the green. I do want majority of it to be that pink color, so I think maybe we'll do a little bit more. mix that in. And then I'll mix in that pink, and I am going to put some poppy seeds in here. Just a little bit for design purposes. My little spatula, where are you? Found it! I think I really need more than one of these. This really is like the best little spatula I've ever had. And it came from Soapbox Mica, so I think I need to look into getting some more. Alright, so I've got that all scraped out, and then just get that all off of there. Maybe put a little bit of, hold on, we'll put a little bit of this batter in here. I think I can get more out of this. And scrape that out, and then mix it all up. And I'm still only going to get this to a very light trace, and keeping things fluid in case that fragrance does accelerate things. Fingers crossed that it won't cause any problems, but I've had one of those days today where like I left the house for an hour and I was fed up and ready to come home already with everything just not going so smoothly. So this is going to be, I just splattered that everywhere. This is going to be a soap that's probably going to cause me problems just because. And I'm not going to mix the green up yet. I'm only mixing up the pink. So fragrance is in there. I'm going to add some of these poppy seeds, just a little sprinkling, and mix it in by hand. Get my molds over here. I did add a little bit of vanilla color stabilizer to the fragrance because it says there's vanillin in there, and I don't want a brown watermelon. So let me give this a good mix and make sure that's all stirred in and the sides are all wiped down. So far, it looks like it's behaving, but I'm still going to try and move fast here. Make sure you guys can see everything. We'll start by pouring in a layer into each one of these that our loofahs will go in. And I'll stick those loofahs in there and then pour in a layer into the popsicle sticks here. So I am happy to report that it did not behave too badly. It did not turn out to be soap on a stick. It does accelerate things a little bit, but nothing that is unmanageable, it's just normal. So I guess if you soap differently, you get different results. But I did not have a nightmare of a time with that, so I'm fairly happy. I did take a popsicle stick and just kind of go around the edges of that because it did make a mess trying to get it into that little hole there, and you don't want a watermelon, what am I trying to say here? You don't want the watermelon color design just being a smear all the way down the middle of it. So I'm trying to keep the colors from running together and the design as clean as possible. So yeah, just going to go ahead and pour in some of this green into this guy and give it a little tap down. I did read up a little bit more about a loofah. It is a tropical plant, and apparently it's part of the cucumber family. So it looks like a little bit of a cucumber on a vine when it grows. And then if you harvest it while it's young, it is edible. Curious to what it tastes like, but probably will never get that opportunity to try it unless I try growing it myself. I don't know if I can do that in Maryland. Alright, so like I said, it does accelerate a tad bit, but it's nothing insane like soap on a stick. So I'm going to continue making my mess here and trying to get this batter all filled in to the sides of this and into my popsicles as well. We'll just fast forward this mess. Unfortunately, I wish I could fast forward. So I've had worse nightmares with fragrances. What I did mess up on was my calculations of how much soap batter I would need. So I had to mix up another little batch of soap just to fill in the rest of these popsicles. But that is perfectly fine. So I'm going to put the sticks in these, and then I'm going to let them sit for 24 hours before I try unmolding all of these things. So these have been sitting for a couple days now, and I just pulled out these popsicle soaps from the freezer to make them a little easier to unmold. So I went from having too much batter to not enough batter. So whatever I had left over, I did pour up into some extra loofahs on the side. I'll give you up close a look. Those, they turned out a lot better because there aren't as many holes, like air bubbles in them, compared to what you're going to see on these, since that fragrance just really sped up on me there. Hot process seemed to work a lot better because that is what I did with that last soap batter because I was panicking. So unmolding the watermelon ones. So that side looks good. And we got a little air pocket there, but not that big of a deal. So still happy with those. Still think they turned out super cute and summery. So we'll unmold a couple of these. I like. I'm gonna have to keep one of these for myself. Loofah soaps are so much fun. I like to use them on like my elbows and on the heels of my feet. All right. Next is to try to unmold one of these popsicles, and I always have trouble with these, although it's worth it. So let's see if I can get one to come out of here. You can see I got my green shades a little messed up. A piece of fuzz on there. But it's still green, and I think it'll make a nice contrast. Let's see, come on. I feel like I need Bradley's help for this. Ooh. So, nope. Nope. Come on. Release. There we go. So, those look delicious. I am going to add one more thing to these. I have these little watermelon slices. I'll use some Melt and Pour to attach them, and I'll just continue trying to get these all out. Come on. So I do have other plans for that fragrance. I'm going to make one other soap with it. So now that I know how it behaves, I will plan accordingly. There we go. I think it's super cute. That's going to go in there just like that. So let's see if I can get one of these other guys out of here. That is the other color of green. Ugh. There we go. Just takes a little bit of muscle. And so if you guys want to purchase these, I am going to leave the release date on there. Hello, I like that a lot. Look at that, that is so pretty. Let's see if I can get another one of these out of here, and then I'm going to go ahead and put on the little watermelon slices. God, my fingers are going to hurt after this. So the next soap release is going to be on August 23rd. I had to look at my calendar. I always forget like what month we're in. It's terrible. So if you want to purchase one, they will be available on August 23rd. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up. New to the channel, perhaps you should subscribe. Any questions or comments, you guys can leave them in the comment section down below. And until next time, I hope you have a very nice day, and I'll smell you later.